Alrighty, here we go. Moving on into section 6. Today is kind of a review because we've done a lot of work with the order of operations already, but we have to take it one more level now that we've done a whole bunch of things with absolute value, with square roots. We just got to add that into the mix. All right. So your section header is Chapter 1, Section 6, Order of Operations. Learning target is basically I can evaluate expressions using the order of operations. If I could spell, that would be great. Okay. I clearly have not had all of my coffee yet today. I can evaluate expressions using the order of operations. There we go. All right. Order of, oh goodness sakes. Here we go. You can tell it's early in the morning, can't you? All right, here we go. Yeah, remember Aunt Sally? Don't make fun of her. She's kind of a cute little old lady. And that's your acronym to remember. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally for all the orders of operations. Yes, the first one is parentheses. But it's not just parentheses. It's any sort of grouping symbol, all right, which could include different kinds of brackets. I want to highlight this, a big giant fraction bar. A big giant fraction bar, and you've got things going on in the numerator and the denominator. Yes, kind of acts like a grouping symbol. It means you need to evaluate what's going on in the numerator and denominator. Absolute value. Treat that also like a grouping symbol. And when you see grouping symbols nested within other grouping symbols, we start at the innermost grouping symbol and then work our way outward using order of operations. So for example, on this one, down here, this innermost parentheses must be evaluated first. That gives us 5. So this becomes 5 times 5 plus 7, all in these brackets. Now, do your order of operations, multiply first, then add, and you should get 32. Up here, this large fraction, go ahead and evaluate the numerator first to get 8, and 8 over 2 would be 4. So parentheses takes on a whole lot more meaning than just parentheses, okay? Next came exponents, okay? And you've been dealing with that. If you have grouping symbols and a power, watch out for that. It also includes a square root symbol. That falls in this part of the order of operations, okay? Square roots are part of exponents. Then the rest of it really is pretty much straightforward. You have multiplying and dividing left to right, which means sometimes you're going to divide first, like here, divide first, then multiply. Okay? Or then following that, I should say not or, but following that is adding and subtracting left to right. So let's just do a few examples that take into consideration some of these more complicated problems. All right? Again, watch out for these grouping symbols. Okay, here we go. Giant problem here. Notice this is an absolute value sign, but we've got all of this going on in the absolute value sign. So leave the 3 outside and let's work at what's going on in here. I have 16 because I'm going to do that exponent first, and then I have this happening. Now I don't see any other grouping symbols happening. I have to do this division first. This is a negative number. This gives me 16 plus negative 4 inside the absolute value symbol. Okay? Don't perform the absolute value part until you evaluate this expression. That gives me 12. 3 times the absolute value of 12. Remember, absolute value is a distance. It's always a positive value. 3 times 12, 36. Boom. Okay, there you go. Let's look at a couple more. When you see a radical symbol telling you to evaluate a square root, this 3 stays on the outside. When there's nothing written in between, that implies a multiplication. Simplify this expression because it was completely contained in the radical. All right, square root of 49 is 7. Simply use the principal square root, not the negative one. And we end up with 21. Boom. Done. Okay? Look at another one. Sorry, this is kind of blurry. I was just kind of screenshotting some problems that look good. All right, giant fraction. We have a lot going on here. This is telling you do the numerator and denominator separately. So in the numerator, I just have one thing to do, combining negative 16 and positive 4. Okay? Don't try to be Speedy Sally and stack too much in your head. Okay? I know you're trying to get away with writing things down, but seriously, if you stack too much in your head, you're going to make a mistake. This says the square root of 9. Okay, so let's think of what that means. Keep writing negative 12 in the numerator and just be patient. 2 times 3. Aha! Well, that's negative 12 over 6, which simplifies to negative 2. All of that gobbledygook becomes negative 2. How sweet is that? Okay. Sometimes maybe you have to evaluate some things, and please watch your negative signs because we have a tendency to drop them when you're trying to stack too much in your head and not write things down and show your work. Okay. Negative 7 is substituted for D. All right. Giant fraction again. Just do the numerator and denominator separately. Okay. That's the square root of 4. Oops, I forgot to put a 2 in for C. Okay, so this is a 2 times the absolute value of this numerical expression, which is negative 4. Okay, slow down and just do one thing at a time. Okay, my numerator is going to simply be 2. My denominator is 2 times the absolute value of negative 4 becomes 4. All right. You decide at this point right now, depending on how you were trained with simplifying fractions. I was trained to right now divide 2 by 2 because they share, they're the same factor, and I get 1/4. Okay, if you're more comfortable saying, oh, this is equal to 2 over 8, and then getting your way to 1/4, that's fine and dandy. Take whatever path makes the most sense to you, but make sure you simplify your final answer. Oh, that's it. See? It's not bad at all. So here's what I want you to do, okay? Go on to Schoology. Check what your assignment is for today, okay? Show some work. Don't try and be a Speedy Sally and get away with that. And as always, good luck, and may the force be with you. Enjoy your day.